Ah, the land of chocolate, EDM music, Tomorrowland. That's right, I'm full Tomorrowland mode with the bandana and the crazy hair today. What do you want? What's happening, everyone? Welcome back. It's your boy Andrew RFC, and we're looking at the likes of the Belgian national team and who they could be bringing. Now, they have an interesting squad, a lot of talented players, but they have not been able to get it done in the national stage. Of course, a lot of them are still young, still developing, and it's about finding their form and being able to play as a cohesive unit. Now, if you are new to the channel, of course, leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for the best in footy and basically everything in between, talk, sports, etc. But anyway, let's get to it. Let's look at the Belgium starting 11. So Belgium actually plays usually with 3 defenders, 4 midfielders, and kind of 3 attackers / 2 wingers, 1 striker. So that's how I broke it down, and I feel like it does utilize probably the best of their talent. Starting in goal, despite a very bad Champions League game against Chelsea where he let in 2 between his legs, like a paid you-know-what, Thibaut Courtois. Yeah, the Chelsea goalie is still going to be number 1 here. They don't really have other guys. Who are you going to put in? Simeon Mignolet? Come on. The 3 defenders in front of Thibaut Courtois are going to go like this. It's going to be Toby Alderweireld of Tottenham Hotspur, Vincent Kompany of Manchester City, and Jan Vertonghen, the other Tottenham center back. Reason being, they have all played well, and Vincent Kompany this year has been healthy, and he is showing that level that we remember him when Man City was really becoming a force to reck with. He's very good. All 3 of them are just very talented, very good center backs, and I feel that they work the best here for the national team. Now, when I get to the midfield, there is one player I'm going to mention that he could drop back a little bit on the right-hand side and maybe push Vertonghen to the left, and then you would have the likes of Kompany and Alderweireld in the middle together. Guys to look out for on the bench here: Jordan Lukaku, Thomas Vermaelen, and Seaman as well. The 4 midfielders in the Belgian team that I have right now, starting from right to left. We got the likes of Nasser Chadli. Now, I know you don't hear his name as much anymore. Reason being I have him here is he's been a favorite right now to Martinez when he does make his call-ups, which I'm okay with. With the talent around him, I think you could stick really a lot of guys in this spot, they'd be okay. Of course, you do have the likes of Kevin Morales still, who I believe is out in Greece playing, but the guy that I mentioned who could drop back as a right back is Meunier. Meunier, who has been playing for PSG but hasn't played in the Champions League as of late, started the season rocking. Guy was scoring goals, putting in assists, and if he can come back in time for the World Cup, I think he could actually slot in here kind of as a right midfielder or a right wing back. Looking at the center of the midfield, you have a lot of options as well. You do have, of course, Kevin De Bruyne, who I think will be starting for this team. The guy's been absolutely absurd for Manchester City this year, and he should be starting for his national team without question. He's a 100% lock. You can confirm that. Besides De Bruyne, you do have more options again, but I'm going to be going with Raja Nainggolan of Roma. Everyone on this team just raves about him. I asked a couple of my buddies who are Roma fans and watch almost every game, and they said, there's no question. Everything you hear about the guy is absolutely true. On the bench here, I do have 2 guys that I think will be included in the squad. And no, it's not Marouane Fellaini. It is Moussa Dembele. And other than Moussa Dembele as well, who has been playing great for Tottenham, I do have Axel Witsel. Yes, I know he kind of just run off to China, but you can't deny that he's still a good player and can at least be used as a substitute for this team. On the left-hand side, speaking of a guy who just dipped and decided to go to China, I'm actually going with Yannick Carrasco. Carrasco was picked quite a lot in terms of qualifying and whatnot. And it doesn't matter that he went to China. He is still an absolutely great player. You can't deny the fact that he's good. And realistically, I don't think they really have another option here because the other guy who usually plays on the left, I have him more in an attacking free role for this team. So now we move up to the 2 kind of wingers that I mentioned, the guy on the left and the right. And on the left, the one I was mentioning in regards to the position of Carrasco was actually Eden Hazard. Hazard has to get more of a free role in this team so he can create. That's the most when he is deadly. We've seen it at Chelsea. On the right-hand side, I'm actually going to be going with Napoli's main man, Dries Mertens. Mertens has been playing great in the Italian league for quite a few years now. And even if you want to switch it up right now, you can move Mertens to a striker position beside the other guy I'm going to mention and have Hazard play in the middle of the 2. That way you have more freedom for them to move to the wings and also give support to the other midfielders. Now the guy in the middle is everyone's favorite striker, Romelu Lukaku. Yeah, I know he gets a lot of hate, but I think he's going to be the starter for this team. He has competition, which is a good thing because if he does start slacking and not playing good, you can always bring on Batshuayi, who can definitely come in for this team. He's tearing it up since going to the Bundesliga just in time for the World Cup. And once again, like I mentioned, you could always just put Mertens in the middle beside Lukaku and have Hazard move into more of a center attacking mid role. So when you have it all together, it should look a little something like this. Boom! Yeah, so that's how I got Belgium looking coming into the World Cup. I think it's a decent looking team as well, but it's a matter of their coaching. I don't think they really have that coaching yet that can push them to the next level. But of course, we will see come World Cup squad time. Once again though, if you do agree or disagree, let me know in the comments and leave a thumbs up on this video and subscribe if you are new. It's your boy Andrew RFC. Peace, much love. Take care. Bye-bye.